And we are live back once again. It's your boys from the West Coast PopCast. To all the poppers, the floppers, and the rampagers, it's been a great week. It's an even better week now as we're joined back from the world traveled, world renowned, world studied CEO. Eric is back. How's Atlantis?
Knock. It is. I don't like using this word too much, but it is quite frankly wet, dripping wet.
For the return of the man, let's get those flops in the chat. You know the vibes, you know the drill. It's been a big week. Your boy, the final boss, had a birthday. Great stuff has happened. Was at Dynamite yesterday. A lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about some of the AEW hate, the AEW deal coming at Warner Brothers. We got some pop culture stuff for you, of course, some video game news, and a big crossover that Eric is gonna love. So without further ado, let's hit that intro. Play my music. We are in, man. Thank you everyone jumping in the chat. I see you guys at the Nubico. What's up, man? We're doing very well today. And for the first time since we updated the show, Eric, for the first time since we got the stuff in here, let's get rid of the old and in with the new as I present to you the Infinity Champion, the leader of the Just Us League, the CEO, Mr. Floppington himself. And now, the best man. Eric is here making an entrance to the West Coast PopCast.
I'll give it to you, Knock. You up the production level.
Yes, sir.
You got rid. I thought you were just getting rid of the duck, but you got the new logo. You got the sounds. You got the videos.
And I hate to break it to you, man, but we blew the budget. Budget has been spent.
I know. I seen the invoice.
So if you have trouble refueling that jet, you know why. But and of course, your man, the final boss, coming off a birthday. I'm here. Guns up.
Yeah. I like it. 28.
We are here. Zach will be joining us shortly. So if you guys are wondering where your man Zach is, the main man, he will be here shortly. So keep an eye out for that. But we got a big show. As you guys can see there, West Coast PopCast is here this week. It was going down, man. It was getting hot. It was getting real hot. We had Dom and Liv going. Liv's taking everything from Rhea, Eric, man.
Yeah, man. Should have been me, but that's cool. That's cool.
The Dolph Ziggler promo, man. It should have been me.
I love how it just works out timing wise, and now she is single. Apparently, now he's
a married man. He's spoken for.
Hey, man, Dominic Mysterio is different from Dominic real life. He can have two lives.
Oh my God.
2 lives, 2 wives.
No houses.
Exactly.
Oh man, but yeah, shout out to everyone. Thank you for jumping in. Lots to talk about here. We're gonna get into it, but first, let's kick it off. Eric, your first time, we'll be joining. You'll be seeing the Pop 5 for the Poppers. So let's get to it. Everyone, this is how it goes. Pop 5 is gonna be happening every week. It doesn't matter if it's the Indies, in New Japan, anywhere in Japan, the UK, Mexico, or here in America. Whatever you think was the best, most pop-worthy moment of the week in wrestling, send it in. I'll put it in the Pop 5, and we'll see how those rankings go week to week. But further ado, here we go. First one up, we have number 5, Eric from the King and Queen, Nia Jax, squashing, annihilating Lyra Valkyria. Number 4, the pinpoint accuracy from Double or Nothing, swerve house call on Christian Cage, avoiding the spear. Number 3 for you, man, coming from last night's Dynamite that I was at. Will Ospreay taking out Jay White in the Casino Gauntlet. And then Orange Cassidy got hit with the Oz Cutter, your new number one contender for the World Championship. Number 2, we're going back to WWE for Braun freaking Breaker, best spear in the game. Come on now. And number 1 of this week doesn't get any hotter than the scapegoat getting set on fire at Double or Nothing by that madman, that lunatic, Darby Allin. That is your Pop 5 for the week. Put out the lights, put out the show. Your boy, it's on fire.
Well, that's some good selections. Also, props to Knock over here. This man, I don't know if he rehearsed that, but he got the timing down on each entry. I'm
shooting wild, man. That's off the cuff. That's from the hip.
Damn, it's my boy shooting. You know, I wanted to say this last week because I was supposed to be on the episode last week, but I missed it. My number one problem with that Darby Allin spot originally was I don't like the flamethrower spot because nobody ever uses it on a person. And then Darby shut me up. He actually used it, so I give them props. Good on them.
Yeah, that's the one thing, like, you know, hate or love AEW. When they show something, they usually deliver on it. I knew the moment he brought that out, pay-per-view, someone's getting lit in fire. We're going to get into that because I want Zach to talk about that as well. We put out some videos, some shorts, and Eric, this is probably like the most hate I think we've ever gotten. Even more, listen, Eric, we joke about this. The X-Men video tier list, we got a lot of hate on that one. Putting out those AEW videos, that's the most hate I've ever seen on this channel in the 4 years we've been doing this.
My goodness, the tribalism is real.
It's insane. I knew it existed, but I never seen it like that, especially firsthand on our channel. You know, I love our community. I love our poppers, floppers, rampagers, whoever you are. You know, you guys bring a lot of light in here, and you guys really keep it friendly and keep a good conversation happening. So getting those new people that jumped in here, it was hectic. So shout out to all you guys poppers holding it down.
You know, man, it's crazy because day one AEW creation, I was all on board. It was a number one thing, and of course, as time goes on, you know, critiques can rise, but you should never go out and hate a promotion unless, of course, that promotion is TNA wrestling. Hate.
We're gonna get into that because I got something special for Eric once we get there. But before we get there, let's talk about NXT last night. Sexy Red was on there, or 2 nights ago, actually, now. Showing off the new North American Women's Championship for NXT. We had Michin qualifying for that tournament, moving on, qualifying for the tournament as well. And then the debut of the guy that Vic Joseph said wasn't he an AE, got cut off, but all ego Ethan Page is all NXT. And he's going straight for the top. He said in a video he's not actually signed yet. He's just doing whatever he wants. And he took out the NXT champion, Trick Williams.
So I'm going to go with that in order real quick. Sexy Red, she did pretty good. She did a great job presenting the title. Michin, I was Googling this real quick to make sure I got this right. But let me make sure I got the date right on this. She's finally winning because I don't know if you guys covered this on the episode after it happened. But May 7th was her first win since January 2023. So Hopefully this move back to NXT does something for her. I don't know if she wins the title. If she does, that could be great for her. She could be a great first champion. And Mr. Ethan Page, I hope NXT works for him. It was clear. I don't always hate when AEW or WWE doesn't use someone, because maybe you just don't know how to use someone. That's fine. Like, not every writer could write for Star Wars because not everyone can do sci-fi. Everyone can do this and that. So hopefully NXT works better for him. Maybe they can cement his character.
I think so. I mean, we'll see how it goes. I mean, Lexus King has been there for a bit. I don't think he's really, blown everyone out of the water yet, but he's getting a lot of consistent TV time, so it's a start. And there's room for Ethan Page there. He's a great talent. He can kill it in a promo. He can kill it in the ring. So the more AEW is around, the more we have the competition. You're going to see more back and forth.
Right.
So it's
and
business.
And like referring like Lexus, he's got his fan base, so hopefully Ethan can work something there. Yeah, right now I say screw it. Like it's. I mean, if the dirt sheets are to be believed, from what we hear, AEW is going through a rough patch in terms of writing and redirecting shit, allegedly. But if that's the case, then screw it. Like, at least there's a path to go both ways. If you're not happy in one place, you can go to another place.
Exactly. I mean, we're seeing it. Mercedes jumping ship now. Ethan Page going. We'll see how it goes. And we're gonna get to some other people too. But yeah, Sexy Red was on there. She killed it. She got the what do you call it? Ratings are up over 700,000. That's the most it's been since the premiere of NXT. So they've been on fire. I think Ava Rain's really coming to her own as a GM. She's killing it. NXT this week is just amazing. Just on all fronts, they were killing it. I hope Mia Yim, I hope Michin gets the victory and becomes, your first NXT North American champion for the women. But it looks like it might be going to Jada Parker. So we'll see about that. We'll see how that goes. I said it in our group chat. Booker T was out there sounding like Nigel McGuinness and Mariah May came out. This dude was wilded. I don't know if he has a home to go back to. Queen Charbel has him in the doghouse for sure.
Yeah, yeah, he stepped on the couch that night. He was doing that spin-a-rooney in the living room.
Oh, man. And for everyone out there, the poppers, the floppers, and, of course, the rampagers, for the first time in a bit now, the three-man band is back.
Three-man band? Damn, I got to downgrade us.
As long as I can be Drew.
Hey, two of them became world champ. One has a lot of kids.
The best tag team. You know what? That's the better accolade.
You got kids, man. Zach, did you see Sexy Red on NXT? We know Mr. Allpower did.
We know Mr. Allpower did. We know Booker T did. Yes, that's all Sexy Red.
Yeah, I thought it was a good pairing to put her with Trick Williams and Javon Evans. And it's been making its rounds. I've seen them people talking about it on a lot of podcasts or a lot of different shows that don't normally get wrestling talked about. So it worked. She's going to be hosting NXT Battleground. She actually moved the show just to host it. So we'll see how that goes.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. But that was NXT, and of course, NXT Battleground. So think about this, man, before we get into the real juiciness of NXT. A WWE wrestler, Eric, is going to fight a TNA wrestler in NXT at the venue of UFC. Come on, man. What type of days are we in? And that TNA wrestler is a TNA Knockouts World Champion, Jordan Grace. NXT is so desperate for ratings that they called on the most influential promotion in the world. They called on the juggernaut, Jordan Grace.
Well, to correct you, a WWE wrestler is fighting a TNA. Let's not call them wrestlers. Let's not call them wrestlers. They are rookies trying their hardest to get into the business. They're like at one point, Johnny Depp was starting out. I wouldn't call him an actor when he started out. He was trying. So these kids in TNA, they're trying, but they're not wrestlers yet, Knock. They're just getting their feet wet.
Zach, what was your thoughts when you see Jordan Grace pop out? And it wasn't spoiled.
That's what I want to give him credit. First of all, a really good show. Shawn Michaels very funny with his Twitter picture, but very good show with the surprises not spoiled. I absolutely love this. I was more surprised to see Jordan Grace, and I think that popped me more than Ethan Page. No offense to Ethan Page, but that was just, I don't know, man. That was just really, really cool. Kind of convenient that they're doing all this right before Forbidden Door, but,
Yeah.
Eric, man. Yeah, cool. And Jordan Grace, I think they have a T-shirt coming out. It's called the Prohibited Portal. They're trying to, coin their own. I know, coin their own word.
I think that was just Jordan who released it. I don't think it was.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if it catches on. Though.
Okay, that's like a gynecologist shirt.
But possibly, we had a lot of people jumping in. The Rascals want to do a reunion since Wesley's in NXT. We have two other guys in TNA. Cedric Alexander wanted to call up Mustafa Ali. Xavier Woods, Eric, he said his goal in life now is to win the TNA Tag Team Championships with Kofi Kingston. And he wanted something else to do in TNA. I forget what else he said. Oh, and make a song with Joe Hendry. One of the most, popular wrestlers going. Eric, what do you think about that?
I understand the song with Joe Hendry. You just censor me?
I thought it was preemptive. It was preemptive. I thought you were going to say something disrespectful to TNA. It was preemptive.
I only ever speak truth to TNA. I was
Holy
at the
shit.
one time you censored me is when I was about to compliment
Oh
TNA
man,
person.
that's the world working, I guess.
I'll give it to him as I think he hit what was it, the number 5 or 8 on the top 10 UK
Yeah,
singles.
he was out there. I think it was number 1.
No, he tried. I don't think he hit number 1 though. I gotta relook it up. But I get the song. But you know what? If Xavier wants to be tag champions in TNA, I get it. As you get older, you wanna settle down. You wanna just take it easy. He wants to play in the kitty. That sounded so wrong. Never mind.
I should a little late on that one. But also the other one, Cedric Alexander wanted to call it Mustafa Ali, and then Zach. I think today Jordan Grace said for TNA Against All Odds coming up, she has an open challenge. So who's gonna step through that prohibited portal? We don't know.
I don't know. I do think Drew McIntyre might do something in there.
We talked about it. Former TNA
And
World
did
Champion.
you see the post that it doesn't exist anymore that Jonathan Gresham posted?
No.
About his wife grocery shopping or something.
Oh yeah.
No, it was one before that.
Oh, another one.
She posted the image of her in Ava's office, and she's gonna have a match on NXT next week. And he reposted it and said like, "Finally, all your dreams came true" or something like that. Like, how are you just gonna shit on the company you work for? That you're the champion of. Like, you work for them too. It was a weird post. I think he deleted it, but I'm sure it's out there if you look for
Listen,
it.
yeah, we don't have to put that out
that's
there.
not weird at all. This man was speaking truth. This man has talked to his wife about her hopes and dreams, and she finally makes it to the big leagues. She finally makes it to a place where she can get paid actual
NXT
money.
is the big leagues now?
Every night. Compared to TNA, yes, sir.
She's getting paid 6 figures for 3 dates.
Yeah,
I saw that.
6 boxes of pizza for 3 days, probably.
She's gonna take a
She
few
gets
wiki
6
days
tacos
off.
a
no,
day?
I-
Feel it right now. Oh my god, where's my button?
She get wings with those pizzas.
I gotta make this louder. Where's
No
my button?
celery though.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Why we bring it back? The biggest TNA hater in the world. He's like that Alfred dude that talks about AEW all the time. Oh man.
I'm hating on your microphone.
I was about to say, you try to defend TNA and you go quiet.
Can you guys not hear me?
There we go.
Oh,
now that
my
you stop
goodness.
complimenting TNA, we can.
I was going off. This is insane. But in
I
the
wish
long run, I
TNA
think
would go off.
this will be great for wrestling.
They are. They're going off YouTube on their $9.99
That's
month
to
thing's
get
going
people
off.
to the TNA Plus. That's to get to.
Okay,
There's
all
a
right.
reason behind it, man. Come on. Let's
Yeah.
get the right information. Not spending misinformation over here.
It's fun though.
Oh man, but yes, when this happens, this will be insane. A lot of crossover. My biggest dream of this: get AJ Styles one more match at TNA. Let me hear "Get Ready to Fly" because his current theme is trash, and he's had great themes all his career.
Not good.
Let's get Ready to Fly. Get him a freaking TNA Hall of Fame induction. So
This
one more
man
match.
spent his entire life fighting to get out of there, and you want to drag him back down into the muck.
Hey, he has that
happy
thing with Nick
we would be.
Aldis says his time is running out. Maybe this is what he means.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
bro. Go for the TNA World Championship one more time. But yeah, let us know your thoughts on who you want to see jump through this TNA NXT partnership. And right now, WWE is working with TNA, possibly Marigold, and possibly Pro Wrestling Noah. So this is going to be an insane time for WWE, unprecedented. Did you guys catch any of AEW Double or Nothing?
Caught a good amount.
Yeah, same. My biggest complaint about the pay-per-view, we can get into more later. Trim these the fuck down. I didn't watch the last 3 matches because I just got like sick of it. Not sick of it, but it's just like enough.
I'm on the other
There's
side
a-
of that, guys.
Go
I
ahead.
love this pay-per-view from start. Loaded up. For all the sickos, for all the people that actually love wrestling, because there's a lot of people in our comments that I question if they like wrestling. I was all for this. It was a little long, like out of character, like for real. It was a little long. I'll completely agree with that. But it flew by for me, and I loved every single match. Like Osprey, Roderick killed it. The freaking Anarchy in Arena was the best ever. I wish it happened last year when I went. I should have went this year. Shout out to Mercedes and Will. I think Mercedes Will was the longest women's match ever in AEW. I think so.
So I know that sounds cool, but you're telling me it took Sasha, aka Mercedes, to
Sir.
convince Tony Khan to give the women that like a match that long?
Hey, she's the greatest of all time. This is what happens.
All right. So, Knock, next when you start a wrestling promotion, you tell your day ones, hey, listen, this match right here, the reason it went this long is because you're not as good as her. You tell Britt Baker, day one, sorry, you just can't handle it.
By an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Hey, winning is winning, man. Like the Vin Diesel said.
I don't know. I find it worse that you quoted him or you called him the Vin Diesel.
Rock says, double or nothing was a 10 out of 10 for me. So
Shit, dude.
Did you see that moment with
You
Brian
got,
Dale?
you got a, hey man, you got a Kool-Aid mustache, right?
I might have some cake on my face. I ain't gonna lie, so we gotta check it out. Let me see.
Okay.
Might some cake. It was birthday time, man. I was celebrating.
All right.
All right, Rick.
No, that is not code for anything. I'm talking about real chocolate cake.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Hey, I mean, hey.
All right, Booker.
Woo! Oh man, Double Nothing was insane. Great stuff there. And then this right here, Zach, you see it. You see it in our comment section. The discourse, which I think is fake outrage. I don't believe people are really upset by this. But I'll throw it to you guys. Was this a good spot or not, Zach?
Fuck yeah, it was. Hell yeah, this was. What did you expect? You heard me bitch last week about how lame it was when the guy who gets injured sitting underneath a ring has a flamethrower. This was great. Of course he's gonna light someone on fire. This is awesome. I don't know why anyone's bitching about this. This is great. I love this. I watched like most of this match. Look, if you're gonna do a gimmick match, go all out. What can you do besides this now? They just raised the bar so high for a gimmick match. Speeds thumbtacks, speeds off the steel cage. This is it. So I loved it.
Yeah. Eric, we touched on it a little bit, but I don't know if you want to add anything else.
I will say that this also might be the best spot in the history of wrestling with fire for one reason.
Yes.
Every other spot, anytime fire happens, and this isn't a bad thing, but every time fire happens, immediately after the spot, someone has to put the person out. Like, and the referee does it. It's like good, like because we don't want someone to fucking die. But this one, the Bucks, I believe, are the ones who actually put him out, and they continued to attack Darby with the extinguisher. It made sense. It was a way that put him out safely, quickly, and it made sense with the match. So 100%. Good on them.
Okay. So 100%. I absolutely love this. I do have critiques though, like actual critiques, not just people making shit up.
But Knock is a 10 out of 10. This is where wrestling is.
10 out of 10. This is the best wrestle. I seen people complaining that this happened on the ramp and not the ring. I'm like, come on now. I see people complaining that like
now we're bullshitting. Now we're
I see people complaining about that they used fire on the guy when
this should have happened on a Tuesday.
Wrestling. Listen, this ain't so indie stuff. I've seen some bad fire spots. And I've seen WWE uses fire spots and tables, all type of stuff. Edge speared someone through a table in WWE. Listen, I'll get to my critiques first before I get to why this made sense. Critique, the camera guy. I didn't like that they telegraphed it because the camera should have never been on the Young Bucks with the fire extinguishers. They focused on that way too much. I shouldn't have seen the Young Bucks at all. Or like I should have seen like from a certain angle where like they don't show the fire extinguishers. Don't show that on the camera. Let this happen. Then the Bucks come from out of the side. You know, I know they were prepping. I seen Max prepping it. That's on my only critique. I didn't want to see that. Besides that, this was amazing. In the match, they set it up perfect. Darby tried to drown freaking Jack Perry. It made sense why he was wet coming back in because obviously, get himself in bomb, like, flame retardant stuff. So that made sense. And then I don't know if you guys knew this, but Jack Perry actually posted a video. I don't know when it was. Maybe it was like a year ago, maybe a few years, where he lit himself on fire and like ran around for a bit and did like a dance, did like some martial arts. So he knows what he's doing. This is not his first time doing this. So all that stuff, he's done it before, like just for his own time, not on pay-per-view. So I think they were as safe as they possibly could. Darby Allin's a bad man. He showed the flamethrower on Dynamite and they followed through. What is it to be mad about? That's my take on it. Love this. 10 out of 10, Zach. I'm doubling down on it.
This spot I'll give a 10 out of 10, but yeah, this pay-per-view was a B.
Yeah. Spot 10 out of 10. TNA negative 10 out of 100.
Yes,
Honestly.
Nubico, flamethrower. Oh man, great stuff there, and that kind of gets me down into what? Why are we hating? Why is there so much hate on AEW? It's insane. Like, are you guys getting paid? Like, all these people come out the woodworks like they, I don't get it. Did AEW steal your girl? Like, what are we doing?
So let me ask you, because I mean, I think we all agree that there is definitely a percentage of unwarranted, just internet hate. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Is there any percentage of that is warranted?
There are critiques for sure. You got to say.
Yeah, critiques. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll say, like, for sure. Like, they're not perfect. Even last night, I went to Dynamite, loved it. But then there were some parts where, like, it felt a little weird. They scrapped the match. Some parts might have felt like they're rushing stories. There are some critiques. It's not perfect. This is still a company that's been only there for 5 years, but you cannot deny the existence of the company has made all wrestling better. Not just AEW, like WWE, they're all competing at a very high level right now. Not perfect, but this is great for if you actually are a fan of wrestling. This is great.
Feel that.
So, like, I think part of it is how it is described to people that aren't big AEW fans that make them actually hate on AEW. So, like, where wrestlers come to wrestle, that's kind of bullshit. That's the same thing as saying WCW where the big boys play. Like, all right, are we measuring people now? Like, this is just kind of ridiculous. It's a stupid statement, and it's made to WWE does this all the time too. It's back and forth.
Yeah,
the greatest WrestleMania ever, the greatest match of all time. Shut the
Yeah.
fuck up. Like, I wanted them to fail at that. Sorry, it's a bad thing to say, but don't gloss yourself that shit before it even happens. That's the thing. Like, the overconfidence. Like, when you're saying this is where wrestlers wrestle, okay, this is where wrestlers kick out of finishers a lot. This is where a guy who got lit on fire pins one of the best wrestlers ever of all time. It's just like, I think that's where some of the hate comes from. Some of the hate is just marks on marks. It's WWE marks versus AEW marks, which is just the tribalism that we talk about. But I think it's the overselling of a product to someone who's not 100% into it. And I think it's, I just think it's like a cockiness for almost no reason. Like, when AEW first started, a lot of indie people got cocky because Jericho got cocky and Moxley got cocky. And then you had a couple other people come in from WWE who got cocky. So then all these other indie people got cocky. A lot of them don't even work for AEW anymore. And I don't know. Like, I think with this, and it's like when I'll compare two things I don't really like right now in wrestling. Two things I didn't. Will Ospreay. He's got a mouth on him. It's all front teeth, by the way.
Hold on. We're not gonna Will Ospreay.
Will Ospreay just taking jab after jab for almost no reason. He's a great wrestler. Don't get me wrong, man. This guy can out wrestle most of the people out there. But if you're just gonna like shit on Ricochet for no reason. All right, if you're just going to shit on Ricochet, Will Ospreay is how Seth Rollins used to be when I couldn't stand Seth Rollins. I didn't want him on my TV. I didn't want to listen to him. I didn't want all the internet shit that Seth Rollins was saying. That's who Will Ospreay has been. So when you have people like that from one company talking about another company, I think that builds a lot of hate. Seth Rollins built a lot of hate for me towards WWE when he was talking all this shit. It's just stupid, egotistical crap. And it's just like, why are you doing this? It's just weird. It's just, I don't know, man. That's I guess my.
I gotta defend my boy Will Ospreay and get some clarification here. He had just said like he thought Ricochet was like one of the greatest high flyers of all time on this level of Rey Mysterio. He thought WWE was misbooking him, putting him on just a show for Twitter. He should be on the main stage, a main feud. He must wrestle him again. So I seen a lot of love from Will Ospreay's part.
Okay.
But the Triple H shot, that was kind of wild. But Triple H took a shot at him too. It was the back and forth.
That was not. He consistently does it, so it's not that. I didn't mind the Triple H shot, but it's also like hey, I made a Triple H shot, and he looks over his shoulder to like, what'd you make it? Like, I don't mean to be this guy, but you looked over your shoulder this way. You didn't look over this way because that half of the arena isn't filled. That's what I'm saying. Like, just let's figure out where we are. You know, if you're in WWE, don't take shots at AEW about like wrestling and stuff, especially if you're not booked. And Ricochet is not really complaining, so why take shots at Ricochet? Who is getting booked?
He's with his girl. He's getting paid. Obviously, I think he wants more of a legacy. He wants more stuff, but he's chilling also.
We'll see.
But
Contracts coming up.
yeah, but yeah, it's just I think like some of the stuff I see is like I don't know. I think people that jump on Twitter, some of them like I don't even think they actually like wrestling. I think they like finding stuff to hate on. They like the discourse. They like being part of the drama, the controversy. They love that part. They'll rather have some controversy and drama than a great match. So
Right.
I think that's kind of what some people look for. But I don't think it's. I think just it's the cool things they hate on AEW right now. I just hope it doesn't go too far down the road where it's like a TNA situation and to recover. But we'll see how that goes. Last night's crowd for Dynamite was a really good crowd. I thought like there were some empty seats every here and there, but I thought it filled out the place. I thought. My spot.
They're close to selling out. It was, I think, well under 500, so that's good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's the thing too. I think going to the Kia is a good spot. It's a good location. Traffic is a little bad there, but right now they're doing collision tapings in Palm Springs. I was looking at it. I was thinking about going, but I was like, "Damn, this is fucking deep. Like this shit is far." So I don't know. But yeah, shout out to AEW, man. And then this is going on. We're here people just spewing stuff. Like they don't even just make some headlines up, get some views. This is the hot thing to talk about. AEW and Warner Bros. Discovery. Are they gonna get the deal they want, Zach?
I don't know. The dirt sheets conflict each other, so I don't know.
Yeah, everything's conflicting. There's people trying to say Tony's disappointed. Another person said they heard the number that was offered and there's nothing to be disappointed about. Tony Khan said nothing but good things. I think maybe the holdup again. I think it's the NBA thing that's the holdup from them signing and like putting a lot of focus on it right now. They had a show with Warner Bros. Properties with House of the Dragon last night. They did Furiosa the week before. I think they're in good shape. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, it's kind of scary to say good shape with Warner Brothers, but
that's the other thing too. That's why I'm nervous. The only reason I'm nervous is because of Warner Brothers' track record these past few times. The canceling movies for a tax write-off, losing the NBA. That's why I'm nervous. But like, I do believe the relationship between the two companies are good. It's a positive relationship.
So I think you're right there because they did show up to Dynamite last night. And I think that's why the card kind of.
I didn't know that.
Wait,
You told me about that.
Yeah. Eric, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago or last week. What do you feel about AEW and Warner Brothers relationship since it seems okay, but they might be for sale in the spring and the deal for AEW is later in the summer?
Yeah.
So their relationship might be good now, but even before like we started talking about Warner Brothers selling off shows for tax write-offs, they were already doing that. It just wasn't as widely covered. Like
okay,
there are a few shows.
It wasn't like okay.
Yeah, like there are a few shows that I used to love watching that can never be picked up again. Like before this ever happened, that they sold off because they need the money or they for the write-off. So in all honesty, if it gets bad enough, desperate enough, I think AEW could be on that chopping block. Fortunately, they're not as bad as Fox. Like they might say it's bad. Like Fox expected like killer ratings every week from SmackDown.
Yeah.
As long as you temper your expectations, you know that you're going to get a nice floor. So at least Warner Brothers seems to know that.
Yeah. I also think it's Warner Brothers. They've kind of dropped the ball on a few things at AEW. Like, I think some of the promotion the promotion is good with the NBA playoffs, but I think in the past it wasn't as good. I think moving their time slots all the time kind of messed them up. And then the other thing too, the pay-per-view should have been on Max like a long time ago. That would have helped get some more people in. So hopefully they can figure it out and AEW get these ratings back up. I know last night was a better rating, but it's still not like where they used to be.
780 something.
Yeah, they said it's pretty good like for nowadays, but like for the grand scheme of AEW, it's not the best. So we'll see how that goes.
Right.
But yeah, it's an important year, man. They said I think, and if they make it till January on TV and beyond, they will have passed WCW's reign or how long they were on TV.
That's pretty wild.
It is. It really is, man. I remember me and Eric going to the first show, and I was like,
WCW?
AEW.
Oh.
AEW show. I know.
You pop me, brother.
Hey, since we're talking about AEW and House of the Dragon and Warner Brothers, you want to do a really quick trivia?
Yeah. Is this the one you told me not to look at?
Yeah. Really quick, Eric, you can play along. Who said it? AEW put this on their Instagram. I just thought I'd take the pictures and put it into this. There's only 4. Did you do this already?
I'd seen it. I didn't see all of it, but I did see some.
All right. There's only 4 questions. Eric, if you want to do this, who said this? An AEW wrestler or someone from House of the Dragon? History doesn't remember blood, it remembers names. AEW or House of the Dragon?
It sounds like a Malachi Black thing, but I'm gonna say House of Dragon.
Yeah, this is definitely House of the Dragon, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I forget my guy's
You wanna
name.
do this show?
You want to... What?
There's black people in this show?
You haven't seen House of
Dude,
Dragon, man?
Dude,
get
that was a
representation.
huge deal. That was a huge effing
Yeah.
deal. Right when he fucking showed up on screen, people were complaining online.
He's not one of the
Oh.
best characters, but hey, we out here, bro.
Oh, all right. Okay.
All right.
Hispanics and Asians in this world now.
Yes, sir. We have dragons and all this other shit. You know.
Okay.
Icemen.
Fuck. So much hate. I never wanted to be your father. I never wanted to be your father figure. You have a father, but your father is dead.
That sounds like Christian Cage.
This has to be Christian. If it's not,
know it
then House of
is.
the Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, they'd be
There
sleeping
we
with
go.
each other's fathers. You got to get into the show. It's incense heavy. Incest,
Oh my
not
God.
incense.
I
That's
thought-
the reason to get into it.
I
Not
thought
the
the
dragon
first-
fights.
Yeah, we know what's really selling.
All right. There is no power but what the people allow you to take.
Game of Thrones.
Sounds like Luther, but I'll say House of
Are
the
you seeing
Dragon.
Luther?
Oh no, I meant what's his name? He's
Oh,
with,
not it is
Yeah,
Alba
yeah.
Luther?
yeah,
Brian May. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Yes.
I knew he watched
That's the
BBC.
dragon.
So, yeah.
All right. Last one. I'll put you in the ground and smile.
Someone just said that. That's recent on AEW. I forget who said it though.
I know
Now,
it's
Eric, let me help you out. Imagine someone saying this with a hamburger in their mouth, like a belt loop undone, like one sneaker on, like sweating while sitting down. Let me see if that helps.
Oh, poor Jericho. My God.
Oh.
I mean, I'm going to go with AEW, but also whoever put this together, laziest quiz ever. You just went back and forth.
Yeah, that's it.
And gross. I don't want to see his smile.
Yo, he looks great with those 3 championships. So let's be real here. This is a
He
triple
wouldn't
crowd,
look-
man.
he
Modern
had
day
10
triple crowd.
championships. He wouldn't look great. He wouldn't look great with plastic surgery.
Oh man. We get the stage back on there. Hey, he's coming back from surgery. Actually, hopefully by I think next July, something like that.
Next July. Oh, okay.
No, next one.
Oh, okay. Who wants to come back
It's
to
at least a year. You think he broke
So you
something?
got the RoboCop surgery.
Oh, when Tony Khan gave his promotion yesterday, he was talking about like Rampage. I think Time Cop's coming on before Rampage tomorrow, 3:30.
Like the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie?
Yeah, he said he loved Time Cop, and then he put a big screen. He put it on the screen, and then it's coming on tomorrow before Rampage.
Dude, just let AEW book TBS
Yes.
and TNT.
Just
Let's
make it. Mercedes should have control over the scheduling block of TBS now. That's all
She
I
should.
freaking want.
She should. It's a good point. Willow got control.
Yeah, that's.
That would be a good. You want to get people to watch? Say, hey, put this wrestler. They're gonna control like at least the day of programming for TBS. That'd be.
Yeah,
great.
I would. And then you have it be like VJs in the middle, where they just comment on what you just watched. Like if it's an episode of Family Matters,
okay,
you have them
okay.
compliment on, wasn't that stupid, or
Watch
wasn't this like funny as hell, or like just do it like that, and then cut to
Right.
That'd be hilarious, actually.
I want to see. I
Warner
want to see
Brothers.
Mercedes. Go ahead.
I was saying, Warner Brothers, man, call us. We got some ideas.
You can record it over Zoom. It's free.
Exactly. Have Mercedes and who's TNT champion? Oh, right, it's in the air. Whoever gets it, this is I'm Mercedes Monet, and you're watching TBS. Da, 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 da.
They might get flagged for that one. Oh man, yeah, Dynamite was good yesterday, man. It was a good show. The Casino Gauntlet was great. Got to see Mercedes live. A lot of cool stuff. Shout out to Jada Stone. She was there as well. She's a true Mercedes fan. Biggest Mercedes fan there. And it was not deniable. But going back to the Pacific Northwest, they keep calling me to come to Portland, man. You booking this for me. I want to see Amazing Red versus Leo Rush. He just made his return on AEW last night. Then they booked the Motor City Machine Guns against each other. Eric, TNA is running wild, and this is going to be their first show, prestige wrestling in an arena.
I wish TNA would run out.
I hope they sell out, man.
I hope they get sold.
Shelton Benjamin's right there, man. A gold standard. Yeah, we'll come back for that one. Moving on.
I was going to, but I said, let me not get Shelton caught up in this.
Yeah. Zach, Uncle Howdy, man. People have been following this. It's been a slow build.
It has been a slow build, but it's going to come to an end this summer. I do believe he's going to be debuting next month, which starts after this weekend. So get ready. Here's the breakdown of basically what these videos are. You're going to get a lot of stuff like you see on the left up in the corner there. It's a lot of dates. It's a lot of coordinates. All of them always respond to what's coming up. What a show, a Raw, a SmackDown, or a pay-per-view is coming up. All of them have been live so far, except for the ones that haven't come up yet. So this way, they're not really wrong. Still fun to do, though, right? Everyone looks them up, a lot of fun. To the right of there, the recently one, it's like a whole thing of like old school, like late 90s HTML code that you go through. There's a lot of poems that represent people who have already been guests as members of the Wyatt Six. And then on the right there, that is an image of someone who's at the door of the video where someone was playing 2K24. Now, that voice sounded a lot like Killian Dane. No one has mentioned that Killian Dane would be part of this yet, but that voice sounded, and I went back and I watched something that Killian Dane was on doing an interview for, and it was man, if I was better at audio stuff, it was Killian Dane in there. It might just be because Nikki Cross might be a part of this, and he's just kind of helping out the story. But at the door there, that was Eric Redbeard in the mask there, new mask with red eyes. So you can get variations of this. Someone said they saw Alexa Bliss in the background of Raw this week. I'll say no to that, but who knows? I could be wrong. But a lot of this, basically what this boils down to, is a lot of playing off of old videos that Bray Wyatt has done during the White Rabbit stuff. A lot of cool payoffs, especially with the shrink down in the bottom right. They did a whole video and a payoff for that, a video that never got, a storyline that never got completed. A lot of the stuff, they invaded Twitch, a lot of cool stuff on there. This basically is a recruitment video. Recruitment being done by old Bray Wyatt or The Fiend, and now being recruited by Uncle Howdy. So there are a lot of clues in here. The bottom left one on the right there, you have the smile that looks identical to Bo Dallas. And then on the left, you have the Sister Abigail character who appears to be a Bliss, but also if you see some of the hand movements, it looks like hand movements from Nikki Cross, from a couple of the stuff that she used to do. So that's still up in the air, but they're bringing in Sister Abigail and all these characters that Bray Wyatt did. I don't know who the kid is in the top corner, but that was my favorite one. You can find these videos on our channel. I've been kind of going along and doing either videos or shorts from this because it is just kind of like a fun, intriguing thing. And then there are other people who go way, way, way more in depth. But if you get these QR codes and you go to the websites, always scroll down and highlight and do other things because you get other numbers and other weird things too. Like one of them last week was a phone number that you could call. And if you called like later in the week too, after the hype had gone down, someone else picked up the phone. It was different. So they're keeping up with this. There's a lot of effort being put into this. I think this is really cool. The only thing I got to ask you guys, is this set up to fail because of how in-depth and intriguing this is? And do you think this is the B Team 2.0? Or do you think this actually like work? And if so, do you have any recommendations for it?
I think it's going to work. I think the fact people are following this so in-depthly, I can't keep up with it. People are following so in-depthly, and I know everyone involved, this is such an emotional story for them. This is going to be such a good tribute. Alexa, Uncle Howdy, obviously, Bo. Alexa and Nikki have history. They're former tag team champions together. Getting them together, if Big Damo, Killian Dane is there, obviously Braun Strowman, possibly Eric Rowan, like, I think it's going to be really great. I'm very excited to see what they do with it. And I trust Triple H to handle it properly.
It hurts me to say this because I know why we're doing it. I love Bray, miss him. I think this is going to fail for multiple reasons. One, Triple H has been doing a really great job with factions. Judgment Day, I know that, like, you know, Vince era started that, but he took over the reins, did a nice job. I'm sorry, I meant to say Bloodline. But Judgment Day there.
Yeah.
And now Alpha Academy is doing their thing. There's some similarities between Alpha Academy and what we've seen with the Bloodline, so that's a little worrying for me too. But I think right now there are too many factions that are doing really well. You can't. Not every faction can be the top faction or have the top spot and do well. There's just only so much space to go around. That's one reason I don't think it's going to work. Two, when Bray was doing this, when he was alive, it was. Actually, I should ask you, Zach. Is this build up better than when Bray was doing it? Like, are they putting more work into this, or is the production higher, or how would you compare it?
It's on par, but I like the stuff Bray was doing better. It just seemed more sinister, whereas this seems a little more Blumhouse. And I don't mean to be like, oh, Hollywood on it, but I mean, that's just, to me, that's what it is. It seemed like a sinister character on a show I'm watching rather than being like, otherwise it's kind of on par with the amount that they're putting in.
Okay. As great as Bray's was, and I'm glad that this is on par. When we thought he was healthy, it took way too long. The buildup was way too slow. When we finally did get the Uncle Howdy stuff, it was so contrived. It was so complicated. It did not work. Like, I wonder if it would have picked up if Bray continued, if he'd been healthy. But from what we saw, it fell apart. I don't have faith in this. I hope it works out. And lastly, I also hate to say this because I feel like a dick, but the people involved. Bo Dallas is a solid guy, good wrestler. I don't see him as a top star. Eric Rowan, least favorite member of the Wyatt family, and I think the least talented. Dexter Lumis, don't have faith in him to carry or to. I don't know. I don't really have faith in the people involved.
Okay. They just started mentioning this on TV that the announcers could see him too, so it is going to be soon. I do believe it's going to be next month. It could go either way. Honestly, when you have stuff like this, it's big horror aspects brought into technically a workplace, so it's tough to make really real. The Ministry of Darkness kind of worked, but I think something would have got exposed if Uncle Howdy in the first iteration with Bray Wyatt would have kept going, because the mask and the look and everything was fine for in the shadows, but once you brought him out and you put actual lighting on him, it was kind of getting a little hokey. So I totally see where you're coming from, Eric. But
and the Dude match didn't help either.
That's true.
But I hope it works out. I would love to get Fiended, because the Firefly Funhouse. I thought it was terrible, and then 1 week it just clicked. I fell in love.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of factions. Like Newman Coven said, there's a lot of factions right now, but it kind of seems like Damage Control is finishing up. It seems like Alpha Academy is finishing up. He might do it with Creed, the Creed brothers, and then Judgment Day seems like they're about to break up as well. So there might be a little room to slip in there and fill that.
But if looking at that, Alpha Academy goes away, I'm hoping they get replaced with the Creed brothers. So that's another faction, and Chad Gable is probably going to be IC champion. So that's another faction that's going to be near the top. Judgment Day splits up. So you've got Liv, Dom. I'm assuming maybe Carlio. I think the factions that are leaving are about to be replaced by another, except for Damage Control.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes, because I think. I mean, do you think they will need a belt to work?
No.
That's the thing too. Like, I don't know. Whatever horror movie fan you're a fan of, I don't care what it is, whatever genre, whatever decade. Imagining them not doing the horror thing that they do and being like, "Oh, I want that pretty prize over there."
Yeah.
So that's why like belts never worked. With the Fiend, the belt didn't totally work, and sometimes with the Ministry of Darkness, getting the belts did 100% work for me. But
yeah, the only thing I'm nervous about too is like doing this type of like gimmick. We've seen it pretty much kind of. I don't want to say fail, but it's not really working with Karrion Kross and his group. Like, I have not cared for that group at all.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping there's something we might have learned from there and be able to apply here.
Yeah,
we'll see. Speaking since you mentioned Chad Gable, man, he almost whooped Otis on Raw the other day. He pulled his belt out, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good wrap up. Check out these shorts and videos Zach posted about this. It's really in depth stuff. It's pretty cool to keep following along. I like everyone commenting.
Yeah, definitely keep commenting because you guys are finding shit that I'm not, and I kind of like sit there on my phone at night and just kind of go through it and go down the rabbit hole that it is.
Yeah.
I do encourage, even if this doesn't work out though, check out the videos on the actual WWE too, because encourage them to do this.
That.
No, I'm promoting it because like this is creative and they should keep on doing it. Like, so give them the views so they can. Yeah. Even if the whole storyline doesn't work, they'll be like, "Hey, this was a cool thing that we tried."
You guys can do that after Zach Shorts. Shout out to Val, man. Appreciate you noticing the Laker purple and gold, man. I pulled it out yesterday on Dynamite. See if you keep keep an eye for your boy.
You didn't get the Nuggets one I got for you?
Wrong address. Wrong address. Oh man. That's why Nuggets, they got put away by the Wolves. Really appreciate the Los Angeles Timberwolves helping us out there.
Wait, which Wolves is it the AJ Style Wolves or the MJF Wolves?
I don't know anymore. I'm glad you brought that up. I loved the whole the line, "I'm not going anywhere," doing the whole Wolf of Wall Street thing. What was that shirt? We just type in letters on shirts now and just selling it. We could have did so much more with that to make it look cool and really play up his thing. Pause, but like, come on. What are we doing? Nubico jumping in here.
As someone who sold a shirt for this channel, let me just say it's not easy. All right, it ain't easy.
You put more effort into that. The design looked better than what they put in there. They just put words. Come on, man, we do better.
You know who I think did it? Whoever did the design for his tattoo. Yikes!
You think it's a real tattoo?
I hope not. That is like, hey, man, I'm kind of hopped up on some stuff. I have a big pen and some Tylenol. You want a tattoo? Like, that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a poll out. I'm going to put a poll out.
Put it up.
I'm putting up worst tattoo in wrestling. It's going to be his.
Cody.
It's going to be Cody's. It's going to be Brock.
Up.
It's got to be Brock and that dumbass sword tattoo on the chest.
Who else you got?
And CM Punk. Pepsi. What the fuck are you and Pepsi? I'm going to mug root beer. Oh, I look mug.
It's hella weird that he and Pepsi, like, at no point had they had like any like collaboration at this point. Like Pepsi's like, we ain't touching that.
Brand names, man.
If there's a different tattoo you should put on there, let me know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know.
We just get 4, so.
Nubico jumped in here. Damage control is definitely lost since Asuka is out with injury. But when she comes back, I think Asuka's going to turn on Io Sky because Asuka operated better as a face. I think... Yeah, I can see that. That'd be kind of cool. Split it up a little bit. It's good that they're all on the same team, but also them going against each other would be world-class wrestling. So I'm all for that.
Yeah.
So good.
So then, do they have to go to AEW to wrestle for world-class wrestling?
Hey, if you want to have the best platform to do it, all elite, man. You're either elite or you're not. Love to see it. Speaking of all elite, your boy was there yesterday. We'll get to this PlayStation stuff in a bit. Vegas, we're the Kia Forum, home of the, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, Los Angeles Lakers 5 rings. So I had to bust it out. Got some compliments. I'll admit my girlfriend bought this for me. She buys most of my clothes, so I'll admit that. But got compliments, and I'm the one rocking it. But I'm over there enjoying my birthday. Nice, pretty close to front row seats on the ramp right there. I'm chilling. Taking in the sights of the Kia Forum, and here comes Scapegoat. Here comes Mr. Hollywood Sherman Oaks born Jack Perry. And you know what he did, Eric? You know what this sucker did?
What did he do?
All the way down on the gas. He hit his head on the steering wheel. He was out of the match for quite some time, but
Pause it right there. Exhibit A.
That would have been.
This should have been censored. Your boy, on my birthday, decides to look me in the face and flip me off. That's me right there. Lakers jacket. So Scapegoat.
I gotta be honest, man. I've seen that look in his eyes before. It was on some security footage at Wembley. I think he looked at you, and I saw the fear. He had a flashback. He's like, "This man's gonna jump me like CM Punk did." So that was a fight or flight response. Clearly, I don't know what you looked at him. I don't know what you said to him, but you gave this man some PTSD.
Okay.
I feel I'm kind of fearing for my life, so I gotta go.
Oh, man. There goes Zach. Shout out to Jack Perry and the Elite. Actually, all jokes aside, this is hilarious. I seen him come out. Young Buck's entrance was really cool. I seen him come out. He looked to the other side, and he was giving him a little heat. Giving him a little, roughing him up a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna flip him off. I'm gonna just get him some heel heat. I'll be part of the show. He's making his entrance. I'll look cool on TV. I do. I kind of had a feeling he'd do it back, so he did it back. They didn't catch me on TV. They caught him on TV. But yeah, that's kind of how it went. I did flip him off first. I will admit that here. Full transparency. That's kind of what happened. When he left, though, we did a little fist bump. It was all good. We're all cool.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, obviously, I'm a huge fan of Jack Perry. Nothing serious.
Is that.
Did he say, hey, don't take it personally. I'm just a sports entertainer.
No, he's not Jericho. Jericho.
I'm gonna say this too. I just want to say before you hit that up, if you watch the camera cut out, if you go 2 people to the right of Knock, every time I was watching like the end of a great thriller, like waiting with my popcorn to see Knock, and the camera cut every time. It just almost got to you, Knock. I don't know, like if you pissed off a cameraman or what happened, but every time, like 1 or 2 people away, it just cut.
Well, I thought I was chilling, man. There was another part when the Acclaim came out that me and my girlfriend, we brought signs. We're trying to get them on the TV. The Kia, I didn't know this, but they don't let you bring signs in. They told us like, oh, your sign's too big to be like very small and like cut out. I'm like, you can't say that. What really? Do with that? So we found a way. I'll say that.
Okay. So did you get to scissor somebody?
So it's funny enough. So my girlfriend has a side, says, can you scissor my boyfriend? Da 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 da. Gets on TV. He scissored the guy next to me.
What?
I'm not gonna get too upset about not getting scissored by another man.
Nah. You should be.
I was ready. He went all out too. He did the whole type thing. I was like,
what?
It should have been me.
I'm mad for you. These boys should have scissored you. You deserve to get scissored on your birthday.
Hey, justice for me, man. I guess justice for the final boss.
I just love that the sign remains after years in your household.
Oh yeah.
You never know when you're gonna have to break it out. Knock.
Okay, because we had it. So the first time we went to Dynamite in the Kia Forum, same place. We had different seats. Never got picked up on TV. It was a great sign. I really appreciate it. And then we went to Double or Nothing last year, and I forgot it, and we were right in the freaking hard cam view. So this year, I was like, we're bringing it. We're gonna figure it out. We made one for Swerve too. It was a Swerve when you drag and ride, not Swerve when you drive.
I saw it when there was like 2 seconds when you guys were putting it up.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
it was tough to try to.
Man.
Yeah, it was tough to try to find it.
You know why they didn't show you on camera though?
What do you think? It's the Lakers stuff? What do you think?
Well, it's the same reason. Vince used to have a rule that referees couldn't be as tall as wrestlers because they outshine the wrestlers. So they put you on the camera. How am I supposed to respect Chris Jericho if I'm seeing you right next to him?
I have most of their heights, actually. I will say that. I was kind of sizing myself up. But Satnam's a big motherfucker, man. That dude is legit 7 foot plus.
Shit.
Yeah, great show last night. I have nothing else to say. A girl liked Penta came out and he did his whole thing. He had a good sequence with Takeshita for Rampage tomorrow. Who else? Oh, Okada. The Elite were the hottest thing going. Shut up. I'm not gonna get us demonetized, but he said some things. Eric, gotta check it out if you haven't seen it, man. Okada is hilarious. This whole heel turn's been great. Jericho actually got a good response. I'll admit that. He actually got a pretty good response. There's one drunk guy in the corner, to the right of Jack, way in the back there, who was like going crazy the whole time. He didn't give Jericho a good response, but people actually were digging what he was doing.
Yeah, people dig what Trump does too.
Terrible segment.
It was, but
That's what you're gonna bump a Saray match for to show the WB executives. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of wild. Maybe because Jericho's the name value, but I thought Saraya too would have been great. That would have made sense. She's been having some good matches. I told my girl, like, remember the girl from the Fightman family? Yeah, she's gonna be there. Yeah. They cut her match, and they kind of rushed the Mercedes thing. I thought reveal Sky Blue, put that on for maybe a match next week. I'm not mad. Great to see Mercedes wrestle. I'm not mad at that, but I thought like we could have built Sky Blue up a little more for that instead of just now the whole thing's closed up. What else happened? I think that's all the people that got the major stuff. Oh, the Casino Gauntlet. Everyone loved that. That was like another spot. So yeah, good show.
Okay, nice.
I mean, Chloe Martinez saw you in the crowd there.
Oh yeah, Zach. I was doing. I was walking in there, just trying to get to my seat, having a good time. No smelly people. Thank you, everyone who was around us. We were sitting next to a few couples actually. So that was Probably why it wasn't as smelly. And then we were sitting next to a wrestler. Jada Stone was there. Shout out to Jada Stone, man. If you see some of her Mercedes videos, you'll definitely hear her voice. She's a big fan of Mercedes.
Yeah, I think there's something up on her channel, and then she's going to be on TNA this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it was either this week or last week. I forget when that match was taken.
Yeah.
I know Mr. All Power. I know we are two of a kind. I know you already know that when he said Jada, I was like, which Jada we talking about? I know you know which one I'm talking about, Mr. All Power. So I got a little worried. I said, I got a little scared.
Yes, we had a bright pink sign. Chloe Martinez. Yeah, what's up? We'll sign ahead bright. Yeah, that was us. How'd you get it in? I had to throw ours away.
Lots of lube.
we
Where's his sensor now, boy?
You know, if that sign's been hanging around his apartment for years, I think it's laminated by now.
Well, that's your splash moment of the week. Jumping back into the podcast, getting us back on the right tracks here. PlayStation Plus. We got Streets of Rage 4 coming out. Great game. Me and Eric played too. 7 beat the final boss. Great game.
We haven't?
We didn't get to the final boss. We got stuck.
Oh, that's right. Because that boss be cheating. That's right.
It's a multi-layered boss. It's crazy. Crazy stage. Cool stuff. But was that a SpongeBob game coming out? And of course, the game I paid full price for last year, Fight Forever, already free on PlayStation Plus.
Yep.
Yeah. So there are some cool stuff happening in gaming, though. There's a lot of bad doom and gloom stuff happening. A lot of people getting shut down. A lot of weird stuff going on. But they're remaking Resident Evil 0, Code Veronica, and 5, and Resident Evil 9 is on the way. Now all I needed to do is remake Resident Evil 1, and I have no complaints. I'm happy. I'm through the moon.
I'll take that. Those doorway scenes took forever to get through. If they can redo that, I'm in.
Hopefully those remakes come out soon, man. I love Resident Evil. I will stream those on this channel. Resident Evil is one of my favorite games of all time, man. So shout out to Capcom for delivering greatness.
Yeah, I mean, when I, go back on my old work and I repeat it, I get called lazy. But Capcom is over here make the same game over and they get awards
it's
for
crazy because Capcom was going downhill for a while. They decided let's remake this shit, and they're back up. We back up, man.
Well, plateauing, but
I do want to I wanted to say this for Fight Forever. I think a lot of people see this and they might think, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not defending Fight Forever because it is what it is. But this could kind of be a good sign. They could make some money off this, and they don't always go after the shitty games. They go after games that they think will bring attention. So
yeah, there are some good games. Don't get me wrong. PS Plus has some good stuff. It's just the pricing I feel like could be a little better.
Yeah.
Zach, when Fight Forever goes to free, who are you playing as?
I'm probably gonna crack a Pepsi and just enjoy the game wherever I can fill a slot. I don't want to keep babbling like a brook, so just leave a comment on who you're gonna be.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Where'd you used to live again?
What's that?
Where'd you used to live again? What was that city called?
There's a few of them. Oh, well, the one it was so windy. I can never hear the name.
Yeah. Eric, who you gonna play as?
Well, I don't know. Personally, there's so many roads to go down.
Yes.
This game, it was supposed to be a dream. Honestly, it felt like an American nightmare.
Wow.
And
you guys are on fire today.
Honestly, this game sometimes it makes me go, ugh. So I don't know. We'll see.
We should probably move on because I think there's a storm coming.
Wow. Well, I'll be playing as the guy from Time.
You're gonna play as an announcer?
exactly what I was gonna say.
Carolina.
Yo, man, I got the new Justin Roberts skin.
The guy from from above North Carolina, the greatest of all time, Kenny Omega.
I am excited to play as the Hangman because he's the only man that can hang.
Oh man! Speaking of that, Mahershala Ali. Stop playing with this guy's career, man. Get Blade out. I had to do some more rewrites. But Zach, what the heck is going on?
Someone whispered "Get out" to him, and he's getting the fuck out. That is what is happening. He's joining Jurassic World. It's going to be out on next summer. That is with Scarlett Johansson and some other people I'm not too familiar with. So he's joining the cast. He got out. He's going to get a payday. He's going to be in a big day. Oh, Jesus, it's supposed to come out the November following, but there's no way they're filming that and Blade at the same time. So
I just don't get how it's this difficult, man. Again, what are we doing with one of the most beloved characters, beloved franchises? We've seen the blueprint on Wesley Snipes, and they got those movies out. Why can't we
I still watch it today. I've watched it probably about 3 times in the last year or so.
You have a 2-time Oscar award winner. Stop playing with his time. I don't know how many projects he's missed out on waiting for this to be ready. Can we get it done, please?
I want to find out if this has he secretly been like what's the phrase when someone
blacklisted?
Yes, and this is like, all right, guys, we don't want him to know we blacklisted him, so let's just give him this project.
Oh my goodness, bro! You have no idea how upset I am, man. I thought I would have watched this movie by now.
Yeah.
You hear that, guys? You hear that?
No, okay, you know what? I was going to ignore it. She sent that on my joke. So I don't know if you racist, but the name is on the wrong side right here.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Mahershala, you're crazy.
AEW Fight Forever is going to be one game I'm going to regret playing. So that's game I'm getting. Yeah, it's free, bro.
I'm going to get it.
What are you currently playing on PlayStation? I need some new games to play, man.
Too.
We're gonna stop getting Zach screen time. I'll change it right there for this last one.
Streets of Rage only 2 people or 4?
No, I think it's 4-player. We all can play.
Ooh.
The difficulty, I believe, will scale, but we all can get in there.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm down.
I'll play that.
It's been a minute,
and
but
Eric,
I love it.
Is Helldivers 2 still worth it?
Oh, snap. Thank you for reminding me. That's what I forgot about. So right now, I've told you guys that they do major operations every time as the story progresses. Right now, it is fair to say that we are on like the first boss level event because in the story, the bugs have created. Okay, so at first, Super Urk deployed a spray that was supposed to kill all the bugs. Turns out it mutated them, and the bugs took over a planet and created a super colony. And now the current mission is that we are trying to destroy the entire planet. So get on there right now as you destroy a planet for democracy. Like, it is very much ramping up to the part where it's like, yeah, we're not the good guys anymore. Oh, I fucking love this game. If you haven't got it, you got to.
Zach, we got to do it, man.
We do. Like Battlefront's already gone. I'm done with that, so I'm ready for it.
I regret buying that. I should have just kept on just playing on PC. It was not worth it.
Yeah. I could have got fat and drunk off $30.
Oh man. Speaking of movies, what the heck is this abomination?
Come on.
Could you explain this one to me, Zach?
Well, you're the one getting the cake. This is the answer to the Dune 2 popcorn bucket from Ryan Reynolds and the Disney crew of Deadpool and Wolverine. This is it.
Eric, you eating out of this, man? You sticking your hand in there?
I'll give them credit. Like, Ryan Reynolds made it very clear he was going to do this. I underestimated him. I really did.
Yeah. I mean, he's Deadpool.
Can I just ask if you think this is funny? Check out the short I put out today. It was a favorite short of mine that I put out in a while. So,
okay, definitely check it out.
Okay, yeah.
if you're doing a tier list of popcorn buckets, though, I think Dune still holds the top spot.
If you're using the Dune one, you want to butter it up.
I need to know, like, whoever designed it, did they know what they were doing, or was it like ignorance? Was it blissful ignorance?
Oh yeah, I'm not eating out of that one.
Oh man.
Yeah, I just
The top
I'm not buying it.
You
I'm not buying it.
yes.
Yeah.
That's the Wolverine we would be waiting for, you know.
Yeah.
No teeth, just gummy.
It's a Disney movie. Bring your kids. All right. What else do we have coming up here?
Yeah.
Oh. All right. So I'm going to a secret movie this weekend. I don't know what it is. Tomorrow night, actually. It's a horror movie. They said it's going to be the most anticipated horror movie of the year. All right, don't oversell it here. We're talking about overhyping with AEW and WWE. This is overhyping it because whatever. I think it's Long Legs. If you have any guests, let me know. I will go see it tomorrow and probably do a review if there's not like an embargo on it. So I'll probably do something on the channel. Otherwise, if you think of it's any other movie that's finished
I'm gonna go with Mac.
let me know.
I'm gonna throw my guest in there for you.
I take that.
It's only horror movies, right?
There's only a horror movie.
It's probably TNA. It's probably the life and times of TNA.
Narrated by Eddie Kingston.
Oh God, that's torture.
How many times can you put that up now?
Exactly. We've
I
already
thought it'd take a few seconds before you guys noticed. I thought, you know.
But I'm excited. If there's no embargo, I'll have a movie review on whatever it is next week. Otherwise, I think whenever it happens, I'll do a review on it.
For Eric.
It should have been me. It should have been me.
Oh man. I think that's it. That's what we got for our show today. It's been a big week. Dynamite coverage on the channel. I went to Prestige. What was that? A week or two ago now.
Yeah.
A lot of people jumping in here, man. Thank you for everyone jumping in here with the boys. We hit 3,500 subs. Amazing. Love everybody. Poppers, let us know. If you're a popper, you're a flopper, or a rampager, we appreciate you all. Thank you for jumping in for the community. Zach, what's coming up besides your screening of horror tomorrow?
I don't really know. Not the Garfield movie, that's for sure. I'm not going to see that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We're going to do some more shorts on some random stuff. And if there's anything that you guys want us to do, let us know. Otherwise, comment. We love talking back and forth.
I promise, man. Champions videos are cooking. I got a few of them. A few updates, too. A lot of people getting some gold around their waist. So keep an eye out for that.
You want to do House of the Dragon?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that, man. House of Dragon's coming up. First episode, 64 minutes. It's Son for a Son is the title. It's going down.
Eric, man, I told you. You didn't know what that father-son one was going to be.
Man, that sounds insane.
It was a whole thing, man. It was a whole story that happened. You just got to see it. But House of the Dragon, man, Game of Thrones. If you guys want to see it, I'm here to see it. Review, reaction from me and Zach. Easter egg breakdown if they got any. We're all here for it. We love the X-Men. We loved everyone that tuned in for X-Men. So definitely check it out.
Yes.
Eric, man, you gotta watch it, bro.
Oh, I'm gonna start it. Actually, somebody really recommended me. They really pushed it on me. I know you guys have been too, but they really got me excited for it. And you guys gotta check out X-Men tier list. Gambit is being slept on this channel. We need
Where's your
some
censor
justice.
button?
I can't wait till he gets through this so I can tell him some stuff and we can really get into it. But yeah, get that censor button in there. Eric, man, CEO, first week back on the channel. What can they expect from Mr. Floppington?
So, I will say this. I hopefully will be back on more. I might be doing a part-time schedule for a minute. We'll see. That's why I have a offer for the floppers out there. Because here's the thing. The most important part of Just Us League is us. So, on the weeks when I'm not here, I throw it out to you. Noob & Co., Prime Time, All Power. Mr. All Power, you dare throwing the flops in the chat. I don't think I'm going to be here next week. So next week, Mr. All Power, I temporarily give you the command, the leadership. You are the CEO of the Just Us League. Flop in my place. Flop with the children. Flop on the beaches. Flop on the streets. Flop in the popcorn buckets. Flop anywhere you can. You are being given the key to the Just Us League next week, and we'll see who gets the week after.
Hold on, who's my soundboard? Who's hitting the soundboard buttons?
Now that's how you use a soundboard. That's how you get the people wet.
Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Again, we really appreciate you guys. Your boys, the final boss, the main man, Zach, flop man, Eric. We're here, West Coast POPCast. Thank you for 3,500 subs. More videos to come. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out, y'all. Let's go Lakers, man. We'll be back next year.
Yo, let's go Nuggets.
Fuck the Nuggets.
Let's go hockey.